Our Thursday morning show today puts the spotlight on the Richland School District. Joining us is Director of Marketing and Communications, Cari Stolts. Are you having a neat summer vacation, are you?
Well, it's not much of a vacation for me. I'm in the office for the whole summer. A bunch of us in the district office are, and then all the principals are in building, and their secretaries are all in building throughout the summer. And it is amazing what has to happen through the summer. You do get a little bit of a breath there once the kids are out of the building and teachers have gone after our kind of end of year breakfast with them and recognizing our retirees and that kind of thing. So there is a breath that happens, but really quickly it comes back into getting ready for the next year. And I mean, handbooks and registration and then we have open enrollment like happening throughout the summer. And so there really is no lack of work to do over the summer.
Well, the halls are quieter, probably.
You would think. This year, they're kind of there's some stuff in the halls because we have construction going on, obviously, and right now our great custodial and maintenance crews are working on like waxing the floors and getting all of that done. And so yesterday we had some big equipment outside our doors and just kind of rattling the place a little bit. And every once in a while, you'll hear a floor waxer go by. So yes, less children's voices in the hallway, but definitely no lack of activity.
Sure, but progress. Maybe you can give us an update on how is the construction going around the school?
It's going really well. It seems like every day you come in and you see something new happening. And the primary school just had some little projects outside with like curbing and that kind of stuff at their parking lot. The intermediate is having some kind of major stuff done, the air conditioning there. And then I see most at the high school because I'm there, but high school is having some bathroom renovations. And then the parking lot is obviously a very visual, everybody can see that one, what's going on there. We had some recent changes to that. So we did have the parking lot that's kind of the athletics parking lot, that parking lot A. So they started ripping that up yesterday because the newer parking lot kind of down by the auditorium is now open. So people, if they have business with the district office or the high school office, they can come in off of Hive Drive and then pull into the parking lot. The bus lane is definitely closed. That one's got some work needed. But the parking lot is blacktopped and has the parking lot lines down and looks nice and new and is ready for people to park on.
So when you say the auditorium parking, that's done? Has that been resurfaced then?
That is done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got yellow lines all over it. And
Good.
It is kind of a new configuration right now. If you're popping in, you won't have to contend with too many other cars in the lot. But that will be a change for our staff and our kids and that when they come in, just to kind of make sure they're following those lines. But happily, you can see them now, so you'll know where your car should be.
Okay. And then today is another summer food distribution day. Is anything changing for today's distribution?
Not today. Nothing will change. You should still come off of Highway 14 and then kind of access through the back of the school to get to those food service doors. You will see that the construction equipment is closer to you now than it has been because that Lot A is getting ripped up. But it is still the same process for this week. And we anticipate next week. After that, the plan is that it will move back to the bus lane where it has been in years past. So this week, no change. Everybody should come in the way they have been coming. We anticipate next week will be the same, but if anybody has done construction on their house, you know that can change in an instant. We'll communicate out through our social channels and maybe an email if we need to, if we feel like we really need to let people know. But we're guessing for the next 2 weeks it will still be status quo, and then we'll be back to the bus lane as we have been in years past.
Speaking of the summer food, we were talking before on the air. I'm blown away at the number of families that you're serving this year.
Yeah, and it is a great program. It really is super helpful. It's not just need-based, obviously, so anyone in the district can do it, but we are serving over 10,000 meals every week. So it's so there's 7 breakfast, 7 lunch, and so 14 in a meal pack. And yeah, we have I think it was over 800 students who are signed up for the program. So it is just a massive amount of food and that comes through that building every day, every week, and we can't say thank you enough to our food service staff who really just they just dig in, and they're all, if you come to the building any other day, like when they're doing packing and stuff like that, so I think they start on maybe Tuesday, kind of getting that done. The gals they're so fun, and they're so full of joy, and they're so happy to be doing this work. And it is like a little assembly line they've got kind of going to get these things packed up, and just cannot say enough good things about the gals who are working with us and really making this program work. They're the workers behind the scenes who are really making it get done.
Can you imagine if you went to the store and you bought those at, whatever they're selling for in the store, how costly that would be? It
would be so much. And it is can be really challenging to feed a family and do it. And you're trying to be healthy, you're trying to put things together, you're trying to be innovative, you're trying to do different things. And so this is it's such a great thing for our families, and it's unique things. Like we had corn on the cob the other day, and like things that maybe kids have probably had that before, but there are some new and interesting things in there every week. It seems like there's always fresh fruit or vegetables that the kids are getting to enjoy. Usually something fun. I'll call out Dairyland Transportation. They did a big donation to us for last week with the biscuits and the cinnamon rolls, so that was super fun. And it really has become a community builder. Our community sees the school district doing this thing and really kind of serving a need, and we're so lucky to be the facilitator to kind of like make these things happen and make those connections happen and really make it work.
It is one of the few things that came out of COVID that are, because really this started because of COVID, didn't it?
That's how I remember it. That was my kind of first year knowing about any sort of program like this, and it was delivered to your house, if people remember this. And so the school buses would come around, and you had coolers at the end of your driveway that they would put these meal packages in, and it was my kids were little at the time, and so it was kind of a fun thing that they were looking forward to, like that the food service guys were coming. And the program has grown exponentially since then. Thankfully, we're not delivering anymore, because that's another cost with transportation and gas prices, what they are now. So we've been able to make it a pickup program instead and do, a week at a time. But that's the first time I remember really seeing these programs get out to the masses, and what, there was very little good to come from that. But how good that we are able to support our kids in this way and support our families, and make a difference hopefully in the lives of our kids over the summer.
In your line of work and mine as well, we're always looking ahead, not wishing time away, but you have to.
Never.
And we're not that far from super registration for the next year, are we?
We are not. August 11th, if people want to get that on their calendars. So August 11th will be super registration. It is 1 to 7. The plan is that we will have food trucks out there. Online registration will open a week-ish before, so families can do kind of a lot of the pre-registrations that they need. We'll have Jostens there with taking photos and get your school pictures done and make sure your kid is looking their best before they go in to get their photo taken. We'll have some community partners there who are coming in to just showcase what they have going on. I think in the past, Brewer Public Library has been there, Simon's, the Richland Hospital, some other community partners. Co-Bussin is always there to help kind of people talk about busing if they have concerns that way. All the schools will be there. They'll have tables set out. So if you want to talk to your principal or meet your principal if you're new to the district or something like that, you can come and meet everybody. We'll get you registered. If you're having trouble getting on to online registration or you're having trouble accessing Skyward or the tools that you need, we'll have a bank of computers there ready to go, and hopefully we'll just have a great day for you.
You mentioned Jostens. I had this flashback. Do people still order class rings and letter jackets?
They do.
They do? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's actually really funny that you had mentioned that. So we had the other day, and I'm kind of scooping myself here, but we had one of our custodians. We're having to move some like lockers and things like that don't always get moved just because new furniture coming in and deep cleaning and all of that. And one of our custodians moved a bank of lockers, I think, and heard like a little clink and having to see what it was. And it was a school ring from 20 years ago that has been lost.
20 years
yes.
ago? Wow. Did you solve the mystery?
We did. So I do not have the names or any of the details in front of me because this just happened, but 20-year-old class ring, and called the gal, and I think she's going to come get it. And so we're hoping to get a picture of this missing class ring that has been gone. It's 2007 was the class. And so, yeah, really neat story just to find this after 20 years and who knows how long it would have been gone had we not kind of, jostled these things around. So, yeah, it was a really cool story.
That is a cool story.
Right?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So we'll be sharing that one before too long here. But yeah, I mean, it's super neat to see just this kind of, time capsule of history of what, the trends were back then. And they haven't changed all that much. The class rings still look pretty similar.
Pretty much the same. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. School supplies, I'm guessing families are going to start wanting to know what to buy, what they need to get.
They are. So yeah, school supply list will be coming out very shortly. The primary school, they're not on the website yet. So if anybody looks now, they will see last year's, and there are a couple changes this year. So those will be coming out very soon. Walmart will have our school supply list as soon as they kind of have them and get a chance to print them. So families can be looking for that and maybe taking advantage of, any shopping that you're going to do early. So those will come out, and we will have back to school night. I think it's August 27th. And so that's when families can bring school supplies and that kind of thing too, and another chance to get in the buildings past super registration. Super registration is just kind of that main gym area open, and as I'm saying that, I'm hoping that we're out of instruction phase and people have places to park and all of that. But just that main kind of portion, so the rest of the buildings aren't open, and super registration is all at the high school. So regardless if you have kids at primary or intermediate, it's all at the high school.
Okay, that's good to know, right? So, yeah, you don't get that chance to go see your room and get to your desk and things like that with super registration.
Correct. Yep, that one is just about enrolling and registration and getting your picture taken and enjoying the day as well. So, but not a personal experience really with your room. That happens on back to school night, which will happen right before the school year starts.
In the past, you've kind of done it as a little bit of a carnival, some food trucks and things like that.
Yep,
right?
That's the plan again. So we're making calls out to some of the trucks and seeing who we can get there, and it should be a good time. We're planning to do, last year we did tokens for all of our kids who were registered, and we're planning to do that again. So kids can maybe get a treat or something fun at the food trucks to enjoy after they get their pictures taken. We don't need any chocolate ice cream on the white shirts or anything like that. So it will be a treat for after.
What about summer school? You still have classes going on there as well?
We do. So the high school did some credit recovery earlier in the summer. So they had some kids coming in who just, wanted to make sure they were up to date on credits before the year started. And then we just started on Monday at the primary school. So we have K through 6 summer school happening. Homer went and gave some high fives and welcomed some kids to summer school. They are going this week and next week. There's 2 sessions, so the next session will start kind of after that. It'll take them kind of probably all the way up to super registration about. So really great to get some kids back in the classroom, and it is a really great time to work on specific skills in a smaller environment. We have some great teachers who are willing to help that program and get some learning over the summer and avoid that summer slide. And it was open to all of our students. I don't quite know the numbers of how many we had there, but wonderful to see. And there's some fun activities that happen. I know in the past, Heidi Meyer has gotten the little robots out so kids can kind of work on coding with computers. There's all sorts of things that were not even thought of when I was in school, and yet the kids are it's something they can play with. And really a neat time for them.
No doubt. So that's coming up, making the summer go a little bit faster for some of those students
Sure, yeah.
as well, right? What about hiring? Any openings in the district?
We do have a couple. So those are always on the district website. So if someone is interested in joining us and becoming a Hornet with our team, definitely check the district website. There is a link, get involved, and then employment, and it's under hiring. Specifically, I think we have some special ed teachers and aide openings that are posted right now. There will be some new staff coming in, and we're going to start kind of featuring our staff that was hired over the school year. It seems like, there's really this hiring thing that happens for schools right before the school year happens, but actually we have people that have come on board with us all year. So we'll start celebrating some of them on our social pages soon, and then we'll have a big push as we welcome our new teachers and other staff members in at the beginning of the year.
I know there was a little bit of a waiting list for the partner school and some of those other things. Have those all been determined? Which students are going where this year?
We are still... Yes and no. So we're still open. We're still accepting people who have interest forms or something like that out. And we'll determine space. Partner runs on a morning and afternoon schedule sometimes, and because the kids are out in the community at certain times, once they kind of determine who's going to be where, they can decide if they have more space or not for those programs. Hive is still accepting applications for kids that's online, and so we have to be careful not to overwork our teachers and make sure that they have the capacity to serve as many students as they can. But as of right now, there's still room in those programs, and they are happy to support them. Robin and Amanda are absolutely wonderful, and we were here, a few weeks ago, and just can't say enough good things about all the alt-ed programs that are going on in the district. And I will mention, open enrollment is switched to alternative open enrollment, or switched from alternative open enrollment, don't know which, July 1st. But if you're looking to join the district, you are always welcome. We would always love to hear from you. You can call any of the buildings, call the district office, and we will be happy to get you set up with the paperwork that you need, and then welcome you at super registration. So that's always a great time. Seems like we have a couple families come in every year who say, we're here, we're ready to go, and that's great. And anytime, join us anytime.
This is maybe a question for Steve. Steve Board will be in with us next week, but in terms of anything different in terms of the campus properties and the gym there and some of the buildings you can utilize there?
Moving along. So we've been able to utilize the gym for a while, which is really an asset to us. I know the volleyball team had practice in there the other day because we were doing flooring in the actual gym. Dead week just got over, so we had no practices, no anything for a week in there, and that was the WIAA requires that we do that. So we utilize that time to take care of some maintenance in the gym and those kind of things. But so the volleyball team was actually using the campus gym the other day, and there have been activities happening there all throughout. It's been wonderful to be able to have that access, but we are not quite over the finish line with getting all the I's dotted and T's crossed, but it's coming. Every week, Steve's like, I was hoping this week would be the announcement, and it's not. Well, I was hoping this week would be the announcement. So it's getting really close, and it will be great to have those spaces. The partner school specifically is really looking forward to utilizing. There's kind of a couple garages down there that they can utilize for kind of doing some more maintenance work, auto work, those kind of classes, and really having that space for them. Plus the gym is wonderful, and then we will start utilizing Melville Hall as well. So yeah, it's coming, still coming.
It's exciting. And I think about the gym. I mean, how great that you can utilize that, a space that is so close to the school, too.
Yeah,
right?
And I mean, it's been great for the community, too. It's really a dual-purpose space. I know the pickleball clubs have been in there recently, and we were able to Get Real in there this last year. So it really is a great asset to us to have that gym space facility there, and hopefully the community feels like a good utilization of the space.
Good. Well, it sounds like things are moving. You've got a lot of things going on. Anything else that you want to add here?
I will just throw in a couple more reminders for super registration. August 11th. Get that on the calendars now. It's open house style, so 1 to 7. You can come in anytime. Don't have to be there at any specific time. The food service same status quo for today, even though it looks like maybe you shouldn't be going that way. You can. There are signs up that will direct you. That will be changing at some point. And then I will also put in a plug for homecoming. It seems like it is so far away, but we're 99 days from the parade right now, and the applications or the signups for having a float in the parade are there, and you can access them. There was a Facebook post that went out just the other day. They're at all of the buildings. The kids have a QR code that they've made. The Homecoming Parade Committee for Student Council is really on it. They've been meeting all summer, so they really have been working away and trying to be as prepared as they can be for the parade this year. It seems impossible that is only 99 days away. How is that possible? But it'll be here before we know it.
It is. We had a visitor from a student council member yesterday, and they're making plans. I mean, they're right on top of it, aren't they?
They really are, and they really have been quite religious about meeting I think it's every 2 weeks. They've been meeting throughout the summer and really are ready to go. And homecoming's even later this year, so they could have maybe put it off at just a pinch, but no, they are. Those students are on it. They're really wonderful to watch, and I mean, we're so proud of all of our students. But these guys are really on the ball this year.
Yes, we have parade entry forms here at the studios. If somebody needs to stop by, they can pick one up.
Yes, and it's Hornets in Paradise is the theme for this year. So perhaps some beaches, or I don't know what your personal paradise is. Maybe a radio station.
Yeah, there you go.
That's paradise for you.
With homecoming being later, the thought of swimsuits and things like that on floats, I don't know, it may not work, but you never know.
You can always put a bodysuit underneath.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
Palm trees, all the things.
Because it's October
16th, 17th, whatever.
One of the latest.
Yeah, is very late.
Yeah,
so.
And there are some people that are happy. Maybe some are disappointed, but we don't have two parades in one weekend.
We do not.
And I think really, personally, I think that's a good thing because you kind of spread it out a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's a lot for the band because we have our bands in, obviously, both of them, and so and they are also preparing like halftime stuff. So yeah, that's they get the short end of the stick when they've got two in the same week, especially if it's hot. That's the worst. So yeah, homecoming will be coming right up, and encouraging. I mean, I'll just put a plug in, I guess. If you are listening to this and you have classmates or friends who would consider coming back for homecoming, please encourage them to. It is a really great time in the district. We really enjoy the time. At the high school, there is just an energy that you cannot contain. And there are old classics, the truck stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing before I moved here, but it's a tradition, and great talents we see from our kids every year. And the parade is awesome. You see alumni classes and civic groups and all the kids' activities, and the community really comes out and supports. And so if you've ever thought about coming back for homecoming or have kids or classmates that you think might be interested in coming back, it is really a great weekend. And our kids have put in a lot of work to make it special already, and that will just continue as the year goes on.
Well, that's what it's all about. Homecoming's supposed to be about the alumni coming back, and hopefully they will. And I know you always name your outstanding alumni and everyone.
We do. So, I don't have those yet. I don't think those have been decided. So we'll have even more announcements to come.
Good deal. Thanks for coming in today, Cari.
Thanks so much, Phil.
You bet. Cari Stolts joining us, Director of Marketing and Communications with the Richland School District.